Welcome to part two. If you're just joining us, sit back, relax, and get a drink.
There you go.
The second drink of the week. Because why stay healthy?
Yes, sir. Drink water. It's good for you.
I got some right here, actually. But screw it.
Hey.
That'll be for part three.
Ah.
Okay. So if you haven't watched part one, first off, what are you doing at part two?
Exactly.
Go watch part one. But second off, we just finished our week in review. Reason that's in air quotes because we didn't talk about the weekly show. We talked about three pay-per-views that happened over the past week. Um, some good, some bad, some decent. Not really any bad, but some good, some amazing, some decent.
Yeah.
And now we are going to hop into our personal wrestling question of the week and our Water Rushmore because we're going to do two. So personal wrestling question of the week. If you could send anyone like before the NXT time to NXT to win the NXT championship, who would it be? And it would be current NXT stars that are in NXT. But if you could send anyone who like started their career before NXT to NXT to win that title, who would it be and why?
Hmm. Now I know he's still around today,
Mhm.
but Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin.
No, that'd be cool. That was my answer, but I have another one.
Right. Shelton Benjamin. All the way.
I mean, with the people that are with the talent that's in NXT now, he would fit right in with
He
his
would.
wrestling style. But
Like,
if you guys don't know Shelton Benjamin, one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time, like a wrestling
hey.
machine. So
Yes,
for
sir.
me, I was also gonna say Shelton Benjamin,
Yeah.
but I'm not really cheating here because he came to NXT, but he didn't win the NXT title. Kofi Kingston,
Yeah.
I could see that.
Th that would be cool. He also fit right in,
Yeah,
basically.
Kofi Kingston, R-Truth. No, I'm just kidding. He's
Oh
like
no, no, no.
50. He's like 50. We don't need him in NXT fighting the young one.
Yeah, I can't see a match between R-Truth and Ilya Dragunov going very well for R-Truth.
It's
No
so
offense to
weird that
R-Truth.
R-Truth is in his mid 50s.
Right? You look at a picture of him from 20 years ago, you couldn't tell the difference.
The man does not age.
I need to learn this man's secret. Dude, what are you doing?
The man is 51 and he looks 30.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck, man? I'm 20 and I look 26. What is that?
I mean, I also like 26. So there you go.
I was playing a game. Now I know this person was joking. Hopefully, I was playing a game with some of my coworkers when I worked at Chipotle. At a new Chipotle because they sent me out to help out. It was my last day at Chipotle, and
Yeah.
I asked them, "How old do you think I am?" One of them said 42. I was 18 at the time.
Bruh. 42. Jeez.
Man said 42. I was like, I'm a.
Oh,
All right, and the Water Rushmore for today. Mount Rushmore of I didn't think of one before this, so just give me a second.
ah,
Oh, this is interesting. Mount Rushmore of Royal Rumble winners.
Ooh. Okay. So, Stone Cold.
Mhm.
Stone Cold again. No,
No.
no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Um,
Stone Cold cannot take up 3 different spots on your belt.
now when we're talking Royal Rumble winners, are we just talking about their performances in the Rumble or their careers overall?
Their careers overall.
All right, then Stone Cold, Triple H,
Mhm.
John Cena,
Mhm.
and Randy Orton.
Okay. So mine. I got 3 of the same as you because Randy is not on mine. Although he's like number 5. He's like the honorary mention.
Okay.
So it's Stone Cold, Triple H, John Cena, and I'm saying Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
Although if we're talking about like just career success in general, I'm not putting him on there. I don't like the man, but you kind of have to mention Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you do.
And I may not be a fan of Hulk Hogan because of like personal stuff that he did,
Mm,
um, or the fact that he, in my opinion, would not like do well today.
you would not.
If someone sees that and is angry, just note before you comment, I do not care. I do not care. Leave your comment. I won't read it.
There you go.
Or I will read it and I'll show it to Robby and we'll both laugh.
Let's go. But no, yeah,
But
kind of hard
no,
to
if we're just talking
discredit.
about like wrestling achievements, Hulk Hogan has to be there.
Yeah,
Or
it's
at
kind of
least
hard to
in the
discredit
run.
him. Right.
Yes, even though we would love to discredit him, it's kind of hard to discredit.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult.
All right, we're gonna hop into our first game of the night. This is the one that I picked. Part 3 will have the game that Robby picked.
Yep.
Because this game that I picked takes a little bit of time because we're gonna do 2 each. We're gonna do some creative storylines. We did this a couple episodes ago. So if y'all don't know how this works, I have a wheel of all the wrestlers in 2K23. I will spin the wheel twice to get 2 wrestlers, and the person whose turn it is has to create a storyline based off those 2 wrestlers. They can team, they can rival, and the other rule that we always had in this game was if we want to add another wrestler in, we have to spin the wheel. We cannot just say, like, say we get Jay Uso. We cannot say Jimmy Uso's in.
Yeah.
We have to spin the wheel for other wrestlers.
Mhm.
Now, of course, you can also just say, hey, they win this match and you don't say against who or stuff like that, just to keep the
Right.
story on it. So
Yeah.
let me just pull up the wheel. And since Robby, you will go first here.
Okay.
Let me just. Okay. So Robby, your first wrestler is. Give the wheel a minute.
I can hear it spinning.
It's right next to the mic. That's why.
Yeah.
MVP
Okay.
and your second wrestler. Another thing, we don't do intergender.
Thank God.
Oh, this is interesting. You could go
Eh?
some ways with this. Oh, I forgot to say also, we're going to do the same thing that we did last time. The second stories are going to involve titles, and they have to end with the selected wrestler winning said title from the current real life champion.
Okay.
But your wrestlers are MVP and Brutus Creed.
I can go somewhere with this. I know exactly where I'm going with this.
And no, you cannot use Julius unless I actually spin him.
I don't plan on using Julius.
kind of surprising that he already knows where to go with it.
I know exactly where to go with this. Yes, sir. So let's say Julius Creed is injured. He's out of the picture.
Okay.
Down in NXT. MVP decides to make a trip down to NXT, looking for people to recruit. Given let's say he's still a manager, looking for someone to manage since Omos is out of the picture and everybody that he's managed is gone. He sees a lonely Brutus Creed, and he tries to ask Brutus if he wants a manager, and of course Brutus, being a face, says no. So
obviously,
yeah. So that same night, Brutus Creed on NXT has a match against.
Yep. I was looking for a specific thing, so I didn't have to make a whole new wheel for titles.
Right.
Although I think my title wheel's saved. We got a time machine.
Uh-oh.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh my God. All right. And I'm gonna write all these people down just so I don't forget them.
Okay, well, I do have the title wheel, so that works.
Alrighty. So Brutus Creed that night on NXT has a match against the undead zombie known as Macho Man Randy Savage. He has come back from the dead, ladies and gentlemen, and he has come to NXT for some reason. I guess to get some fresh meat against Brutus Creed. And while the match is ongoing, MVP comes out to try to help Brutus Creed win the match. He tries to distract the referee in favor of Brutus Creed, and Brutus Creed, tells him to leave over and over. And in that time of distraction, Macho Man hits the deadliest maneuver in all of professional wrestling, the roll up, and gets the victory.
I was about to say the elbow drop.
No. The roll up. And of course, Brutus is not very happy about this. He goes backstage trying to look for MVP, trying to fight MVP. But MVP stops him. He says there was a misunderstanding. He was only trying to help. He wants to see Brutus Creed succeed in NXT. And to make up for it, he got Brutus Creed a match against the NXT champion. Draw another name, please.
Yep. One second. The NXT champion is Bobby Lashley.
Oh my God. The irony! The irony! Oh, I might actually be able to do something really good with that. All right, so MVP gets a match. He gets a match for Brutus Creed against his former, I guess, client, Bobby Lashley, the NXT champion, for the following week on NXT. And Brutus, he kind of warms up to the idea. He's like, okay, that's cool. So, so he has a match. He has a match against Brutus Creed, and Bobby Lashley, and the match is pretty one-sided in favor of Lashley. Once again, MVP goes for the distraction, but this time it actually works. Lashley gets distracted, and in the midst of all this, MVP slips Brutus Creed a kendo stick. Brutus Creed thinks about not using it at first. He goes to throw it away, but he sees the ref is still distracted. Lashley is stumbling to his feet. He gets a smile, and then he smacks Lashley. I'm going to be controversial here, in the head with the kendo stick.
That's illegal!
That's illegal! But it's my story, so we're going to roll with it. He
Roll
hits Lashley. Roll with it. Son of a poo.
Language. No, this family show.
Son of a diet soda. Okay. He hits Lashley in the head with the kendo stick, and he pins Lashley 1, 2, 3. Not for the NXT Championship, but he did pin the NXT Champion. And he, Brutus Creed, and MVP walk out of the match together. And Bobby Lashley is not a very happy boy. So, because Brutus Creed defeated Lashley, the following week it is announced that Brutus Creed will face Lashley once again, but this time for the NXT Championship at, let's just say, No Mercy. And Lashley is not very happy about this happening. So he goes out to the ring and let's just say it's a contract signing. We all know where this is going, but it's a contract signing.
I called dibs on the table.
I called dibs on the table between Lashley and Brutus Creed. And it is made official that during this contract signing, that because of what happened the previous week with the kendo stick, that this match will be an Extreme Rules match for the NXT Championship, Lashley versus Brutus Creed. And given that it is a contract signing in professional wrestling, it does not end well. After the contract is signed, Lashley and Brutus Creed face off in the middle of the ring. Lashley holds up the title, and then suddenly Brutus Creed headbutts Lashley and slams him through the table, and he holds up the title. And now let's just go to No Mercy. Brutus Creed and Bobby.
I was just gonna say, I want to see a contract signing now that just goes perfectly, just to break the status quo.
I cannot wait for that day. A contract signing actually goes smoothly, and I hope it actually gets acknowledged on TV. Break the fourth wall. That'd be really funny. But anyways, we got the main event at No Mercy. Lashley comes out. Excuse me. And then Brutus Creed comes out alongside MVP because he's still part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
They have a very good back and forth, very hard hitting match. Brutus hits the Brutus Braum onto Lashley through a table. Lashley spears Brutus through the barricade. They're beating the crap out of each other. And Brutus Creed grabs the kendo stick again. He goes to hit Lashley with the kendo stick, but MVP steps in. He says he wants to hit Lashley with the kendo stick.
Oh no!
For all the history that they had together.
Is Lashley cowering in the corner in fear?
Yeah, he is not cowering in the corner. He is stumbling to his feet off the ropes. He has no idea what's happening. And MVP goes to hit Lashley, but then Brutus Creed stops him.
Oh, that's not where I thought that was going.
He takes the kendo stick back from MVP, and then he hits MVP multiple times with the kendo stick.
That is not where I thought that was going to go.
There you go. He hits MVP multiple times with the kendo stick. He says, I don't need a manager. I don't need you. I could do this on my own. And through all of this, Lashley gets back to his feet. He hits another spear onto Brutus Creed. 1, 2, 3. Lashley retains the title, and MVP is very upset. So, the following week on NXT, MVP comes out. He says he was only trying to help Brutus Creed, but now he's angry. Now he wants a match with Brutus Creed. And of course, Brutus Creed, being Brutus Creed, is happy to oblige. So the following week, it is made a false count anywhere match, let's just say. Brutus Creed versus MVP. And the match is pretty one-sided. MVP is not in his best form. He's like in his mid-40s. He's got bad knees.
We always say the matches are good. This one sucked. No, I'm just kidding.
This match was pretty one-sided. Brutus beats MVP all around the ringside area, backstage. He hits. Let's just go balls to the wall with this. He puts MVP on a table, He grabs a ladder, he climbs the ladder, and he he hits he hits MVP with the Brutus bomb off the ladder through a table. 1, 2, 3. Brutus wins, and MVP gets taken out on a stretcher at the end.
Wow, what an ending!
Oh my
Man
god.
said we're gonna go all out.
We gotta
Get the
freaking wreck
ladder.
this.
Get the I'm surprised you didn't set the table on fire.
Honestly, I could have, but then that would have been murder.
All
Your
right,
turn.
my turn. So this is the first story, which is just two people, and I get someone who we are not a stranger to when it comes to this game mode. Montez Ford. I believe you got him twice.
I think so, yeah.
Very interesting. Montez Ford and Sami Zayn.
Very interesting.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
For this story, we will start at Elimination Chamber. And we will say the Street Profits walk in. Oh, wait, no, I can't use Street Profits. Damn it.
Can't you could do a new Street Profit.
Yeah, I know. Get another person.
Imagine if it's Dawkins.
I really hope it's gonna be. I'm not looking until I hear the sound. It's not, but that's okay because the person who I just spun, he's not going to be in the story for long. So Montez Ford and Batista walk in Elimination Chamber as tag team champions. And for the sake of not spinning, I'm just going to say they lose their titles because the tag titles are not going to be relevant in this story. I just needed to get them in the same pay-per-view.
Right.
And Sami Zayn is in an Elimination Chamber match for the U.S. Championship. And it comes down to him and the current U.S. champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vader. Because him and Vader. Vader has Sammy dead to rights, goes for the Vader bomb. Sammy rolls out of the way. Haluva kick. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn wins the U.S. title. This is basically like the exposition. It's the epilogue.
Yeah.
So let's say in that tag match, Batista got injured because he's old. And he gets
Grandpa.
So he's out for a while. And we're about 2 months away from WrestleMania. And Montez Ford is now lost. He doesn't know what to do. He's always been a tag guy. Doesn't know where to go. Sami Zayn is on the show, and he's his heel self right now because this is before Mania. Well, he was face before Mania, but screw it, he's a heel.
Before Mania 38.
Yeah, exactly. He's a heel, and he's on Raw just gloating about being the U.S. champion, saying nobody can touch him, and he offers an open challenge. Montez Ford answers, and before the match can start, or when the match starts, Sami Zayn runs out of the ring and tries to get a count out because he doesn't want to fight, right? He's his typical coward self. So Ford gets out of the ring, throws Sammy back into the ring, but before Ford can do anything, Sammy gets up and punches the ref.
Right.
To get himself DQ. So, cut to the next week on Raw. Montez Ford is in the ring, and he's complaining about, I just wanted to see if I can become a single star. I wanted to get a singles opportunity for myself. Sammy's a coward. I want to match with him at, Fastlane's before Mania.
There you go.
At Fastlane. Sammy comes out and basically declines. You know what? I'm using Adam Pearce because he's not even on the wheel.
Okay.
Then Adam Pearce comes out and says, if Montez Ford can beat Sami Zayn tonight, he will have a U.S. title match. But to ensure that Sami Zayn does not leave the ring, It will be a lumberjack match. So the main event of that Raw is Montez Ford versus Sami Zayn in a lumberjack match, and Ford wins. He gets a shot at the U.S. title. So typical lumberjack match with a typical ending. The face wins. Montez Ford gets the win. Sami Zayn does not do well in lumberjack matches. Real life or in story.
There you go.
So at Fastlane, it will be Montez Ford versus Sami Zayn. That is the build match. Sami is not happy. He spends every week, about 3 weeks in Fastlane, just attacking Montez Ford, trying to injure him. Mm-hmm. And on the week before Raw, it seems like he doesn't. He buries Montez Ford under a stack of chairs and hits it with a sledge. And I'm just kidding.
God.
I'm not pulling that Hell in a Cell crap.
Nah.
He hits Ford multiple times with the chair, the kendo stick, basically trying to injure Montez Ford. Mm-hmm. Montez Ford is stretchered out, and his I'm trying to think of the word. We don't know if he's going to be in the match.
His condition?
Yes, thank you. His condition is unknown. So we head to Fastlane. Sami Zayn comes out with a ref and says, Montez Ford is not in the building tonight. Ref, I want you to ring that bell and count to 10 and declare me you're still your U.S. champion. Ref rings the bell, starts counting. Batista's theme goes off because why not?
Okay.
So Sami is now looking towards the ring at Batista, or for Batista, while his music's going off, and a hooded figure runs in behind Sami and decks him. No, I'm just kidding. It's Montez Ford.
yeah, duh.
It's Montez Ford. So Montez Ford is okay. The ref restarts the match. However, and I am going to spin this time because I want to add someone else.
Okay, the plot thickens. Don't tell me.
It's not Dawkins. It's not Dawkins. Before Ford can cash in, Ford has Sami on the ground. He's up on the turnbuckle, ready to hit the best frog splash in wrestling. Before he can do it, he gets pushed off the turnbuckle by Reggie.
No! Oh my God! No way!
Reggie is back. He pushes Sami Zayn off the turnbuckle. No more scripts. He's back to Reggie. Not Sami Zayn. He pushes Montez Ford off the turnbuckle. Sami Zayn takes control of this opportunity. Not the haluva kick. I want to bring back the Koji clutch. He uses the Koji clutch and makes Montez Ford tap out. So now, next week on Raw, Sami and Reggie are in the ring. Freaking Reggie.
Reggie.
Sami and Reggie are in the ring, and Sami's just gloating, but he's not mentioning Reggie. He's sort of like all about himself, which does not sit well with Reggie.
Of course.
So at the end of this promo, Reggie tries to attack Sami because it seems like his motive wasn't to have Sami win, like just for Sami. He also wanted a title match.
Yeah.
So Reggie attacks Sami, but Sami gets the best of him. And Ford comes out to not save Reggie, but attack both of them. He attacks both of them, and this leads to a triple threat match on Raw. We'll get to Mania. Mania is where this is all going to end.
Okay.
A triple threat match on Raw for the U.S. title. Reggie versus Montez Ford versus Sami Zayn. Book that, Hunter.
Yeah, imagine.
Reggie is not a part of this match at all. He's basically taken out of the match in the first minute. I really just needed him because I wanted a twist.
Right.
So he's taken out of the match and out of the story. And it's down to Ford and Zayn.
Yeah.
Ford hits his frog splash, pins Zayn for a kick out at 2. Zayn, Haluva kick, Koji clutch, takes out Ford once again. Now Ford's sort of doubting that he can do this, that he can be a singles guy. He's saying, can I actually pull this off? He says, Sammy, you've bested me twice. I want one last rematch. Sammy says, okay, I will give you a rematch if you can beat one other person. And Batista walks out because I do want to use him.
Let's go.
So Batista, now heel, basically beats the crap out of Montez. Like it is an uphill battle for Montez. He gets Batista bombed maybe 3 times, but he keeps kicking out. I mean, spear, Batista bomb, spear, Batista bomb, keeps kicking out. And then the golden opportunity. Ford is in the corner. Batista lines up, rushes for a corner spear. Ford spins out of the way. Batista shoulder into the ring post. Falls down, laying on the ground. Ford takes his time, climbing the ropes. Jump, frog splash, lands it, 3 count. Montez Ford versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. It's all been leading up to the what?
And all it took was a single frog splash, and yet
No,
Montez
let's just say
3
others.
Batista bombs. Okay.
I'm trying to build him.
Okay, John Cena, jeez. Go on.
You know what? You damn right. Took 1 frog splash. We'll say Batista still had a little bit of faith in Montez, and he blew the match. So, Montez Ford versus Sami Zayn, but Adam Pearce comes out one more time and says this match is too good for only one ending. This is going to be a 3 stages of hell. A match type we have not seen since like 2009.
Yeah.
3 stages of hell between Sami Zayn and Montez Ford. All right, so the first stage of the 3 stages of hell is a normal match. The second stage is a steel cage. And if needed, the third stage is Falls Count Anywhere. So we start with the normal match. Fairly simple. Sami Zayn hits a Haluva kick. Ford kicks out. Hits another one, and another one, and another one.
Oh my God.
And then hits the Koji clutch, and Ford finally taps out. Sammy's up 1-0. Then we get to the steel cage, and Ford seems to have a little bit of new energy, seeing the cage walls come down. As Sami tries to kick him, Ford moves out of the way, and he ends up kicking the cage. And basically just sending shots through his entire leg as he kicks the steel on the cage. Ford hits him with the most devastating move in pro wrestling history, the roll-up. 1, 2, 3. And Ford gets a point. It's 1-1. We're down to Falls Count Anywhere. And they go like throughout the arena. I'm talking, they go backstage, and eventually, this is where the ending comes, they lead into the stands. In the stands, they have set up a table, because why not?
Of course.
And Sammy and Ford are basically dead weight, both of them at this point. They're just exhausted. They're beating the crap out of each other. They're both bleeding because this is TV 14, WWE, screw it. They're both bleeding.
Yay.
And Ford Haluva kicks Sammy, puts him on the table, goes up the stands, climbs a rafter, and frog splash off the rafter into the table. 1, 2, I'm just kidding. 3. 3. Montez Ford is your new U.S. champion. The end.
I'm surprised you did the steel cage match second.
I I am too, honestly.
Yeah, all of that for the U.S. title. Dang.
Hell yeah.
Great, great.
Make that prestigious again. Hell yeah.
Yay!
All right. We will see you guys in part 3 where we will be doing our second stories and possibly getting into the other game if they don't take too long. If they do, part 4. Ah.
Yeah.
All right.